Hey y'all, cooking, cutting up, keeping it real. This is just a check-in, afternoon, Friday, cold coffee time of the day check-in. And I wanted to show you guys a couple of things. Let me get my cold coffee ready here, and that'll give y'all time to get your pings or dings or rings or buzzes or whatever it is that you get when you join a page and they have a live or they're on or whatever. Janet can help explain that so much better than I can. But I wanted y'all to see a couple things. First and foremost, not foremost really, I had a great time visiting with my Aunt Cathy. I took my dad and my Uncle Don and sat out on the porch and had some iced tea and water and some lemon cookies and got to feed some to her dog, and it was just a good visit. But here's what I'll tell you. Oh, that's good. Before I get real hung up on this, because I'm going to get hung up on this, because this is going to be part of the meat of this live, I do have something from Sabika. Now, a lot of you viewers ask questions about our website. And I do have a website. It's cookingcuttingup.com, I think. And we'll post it. That way you can have a link to it. But it tells the story of Cooking Cutting Up, how it got started. It has a list of characters. It's real informative. And it also has the links to my Sabika and my Rodan and Fields. And this Sabika just came in the mail, so I thought I would open it live to see what it is, because sometimes they send me stuff according to what sells and that kind of thing, and I don't really push that on anybody. I wear it, as you can see. I have it, the first necklace I ever got from Sabika, on my neck today, the black and the blue. But you can check out the website, and you can go to Sabika through this post, and then you'll be able to see what kind of jewelry they offer. It is handmade, artisan crafted, and Swarovski crystals, and it lasts forever. And it looks like this is this a bracelet or an anklet? Let's see. I think it's a bracelet. That's what they sent. It has pearls on it, and it has like a silvery gray bead there. Pretty. I'll put it on. I'm actually going to cook some stuff here in a minute, and I'll record it. And oh, that's pretty. Yeah, I kind of like that. That's the new that they sent me. Anyway, Sabika, if that's something you love, I have on the earrings, a necklace, and a bracelet today. I do love their jewelry, and I love their story. It's women. It's a company of women, and I love that about them. And they also give back. They are philanthropists in that way, in that regard. Okay, let me stop talking for a minute, because I'm running on my sentences, and let me pull y'all closer so I can see what y'all are saying. Because sometimes I just get started and I just keep on talking to fill in the space of quietness. Cookbooks. My Aunt Cathy called me months ago. I don't remember when. And she said, Lisa, that's kind of how she talked. Lisa, I've got Granny's cookbooks, and you are the perfect person that I thought of that might want them. And I said, I absolutely want them. So these were my Granny's cookbooks when she's been gone on to glory for a long time. But anyway, I named my second cookbook after Granny, because Granny was all that and a bucket of chicken in my eyes, because she did a lot on a dairy farm. She raised 8 kids, one that passed away early on in life. I don't remember how old that child was, but she worked her fingers to the bone taking care of her family on a dairy farm by gardening and using everything that they had to put food together to put on her table for her and 7 children, and my grandfather as well. And she was kind of a, how do I want to put it in a nice way? I don't know how to put it except to say that Granny was kind of a badass in her own way. And I know that, you know, ass is a donkey, so don't get sideways about that. But she didn't take a lot of junk off of my grandfather as he got older. She would take a skillet to him and make him behave when he got to be a rascal in their old age. Anyway, I always just thought she was great because she had the best food when we would go down there as kids. And the other thing I dearly loved about Granny was she did not care how much you ate or what you wanted to eat. She would give it to you. If I said, Granny, I don't want to eat lunch, I want to have a piece of that cheesecake you made or that apple pie you made, she'd give it to me. She would. As long as my parents weren't listening, she'd give it to me. And I thought she was great in that aspect. I also remember how hard she worked to put our food on the table when we did visit on Sundays. And she never stopped until everybody was fed. And as a matter of fact, she would sit on a step stool and have her lunch after everybody else was fed. And she would sit in her kitchen and do that. Anyway, I just can't say, you know, enough about the things that I learned from watching her. And, you know, when you're a kid, you don't realize that you're watching it, ingesting it, and taking it on for your own. So anyway, when I have the privilege of having a grandchild, I may be called Granny as well, and that's fine with me. But these are her cookbooks, and I'm going to enjoy going through them. And when I do go through them, if I get to do something from one of them, I'll refer to it as that. Let's see, you're going to make me cry, Stacy. I know it is emotional, but I'm just so thankful that my Aunt Cathy thought of me so that I can, you know, at least look through these and see what I'm going to keep and send them on to Goodwill if I'm not going to use them. But she obviously liked Southern Living because there's 3 Southern Living books, 1995, 1997, and this one don't have a date on it, but it says the Southern Living Cookbook. Anyway, I'm going to enjoy looking through these. This is the Southern Gourmet, was this one. And there's a whole section of just gamey stuff that I looked at when I was at Aunt Cathy's. I just want to read a couple of those titles to you. This is for the baby boomers that watch this page. Roasted duck. That's a delicacy now in nice restaurants. Wild duck. Orange duck. Venison roast. Baked venison roast. Smoked venison. Deer steaks. Quail on toast. Southern fried quail. Smothered quail. Doves. Tells you how to do doves. Now, I do remember my granny doing that because my daddy and my uncles would go out dove hunting. And I would beg to go. And I remember going, but I never could stop talking. Shocker. Yeah. You know, you got to kind of stop talking to be a hunter. But I do remember going. But anyway, I do remember Granny preparing doves. And I've done that a time or two. It's a lot of work to take it from the field and bring it in and get the gunshot stuff out of it. And then figure out how you're going to cook it. Anyway, baked doves, dove with wine. There's a whole section in this book. Squirrel in a sauce piguant. Don't even know what piguant means. I'll have to ask Google. Heck, Google might not even know because this cookbook's probably older than Google. Anyway, pheasant in a casserole, fried frog legs, rabbit a la Creole, Texas rock Cornish game hens, baked rock Cornish hens. Then there's a whole section of soul food. I can't wait to look at that. But anyway, I wanted to share that with y'all because I just think it's great. And now y'all know, for you hashtag Cutting Up crew members that have watched for the 9 years that I've been doing this, that's why I put her picture on the front and named it Granny's Farm to Table, because in my eyes, that woman could do anything in the kitchen. Anyway, including wring a chicken's neck and bring it in and clean it and bring it in and cook it. She could bring home the bacon and fry it up in a pan, is what I'm trying to say. Amy says, I love cookbooks. I ran out of room. They got ruined in the basement. I tossed 8 boxes of cookbooks. You know what? I love cookbooks too. And I have cleaned out my cookbook collection, my personal one. And then we cleaned out my father-in-law's house. My mother-in-law had her own collection, so I took the time to look through those, and I will take the time to look through these as well. I love that cookbook of yours. Michelle, thank you so much. That means so much to me because these recipes were near and dear to my heart too, and they were all relatives, you know, especially on Granny's side that went into this. And then I got to dedicate this cookbook to my sweet Sarah, who is my goddaughter. On the Engel side, my middle name, my maiden name's Engel. So this was Granny Engel. Anyway, I could go on, and y'all be like, she's wearing out her welcome, and she needs to breathe. Yeah, anyway, that's what I'm doing. I'm actually going to put together steak and cheese sloppy joes, and I'm going to vlog that and all that. But I'm on my mama and daddy's eating schedule today, which means we ate at like 10:30 at 11. You know, I ate an omelet. Y'all know that because I was on live doing it. And so we didn't eat lunch. But I'm going to meet my mama and my godmother from my mother from another mother. Anyway, she's Vicky. Y'all have met her. She did a pumpkin cake. She's about this short on me with dark hair. She's my mama's best friend. Anyway, I'm going to meet them at the Waffle House, 5:30, to eat with them. And I'm going to put together those sloppy joes before I leave so that when I come back, all I've got to do is toast their buns for the men folk and put some tater tots in the oven. That's my plan. So I will vlog that and show that. It's a great little recipe and it's easy. I bet you are in heaven with those cookies. Lisa, I'm just tickled to death that my aunt thought of me, you know? And there's a lot of family on that side when you have 7 kids. So, and then they have kids, and then my Aunt Cathy never had her own kids. She had, my Uncle Don had kids, and she was, you know, stepmom to them. But I always thought she was cool. Like when I was growing up, I just thought Aunt Cathy was so cool because she took time to talk to you, even when you were not that pleasant of an age, like middle school. She always took time to talk to me. Today, she told this story while we were sitting on the porch. She said that when I was younger, on Sundays when we would visit, there'd be a lot of people there. You know, with 7 kids, their kids are with you. And anyway, long story short, when my mama, when I wanted her attention, I would say, "Mama, mama, 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 mama." Aunt Cathy told this. And finally, my mama would say, "What? What do you want?" And when she told that, we laughed. And I said, "Oh my gosh, I've done that to my own children." Yeah, I have. I sure have. I sure have. I love Waffle House. All-American meal is heaven. Tracy, I am with you. I like their waffles too. Although I may have the willpower to not do a waffle, or maybe we'll split one. Anyway, I'm trying to do things on the lighter side. And this exercise program that I'm doing, you know, trying to do a little healthier. I've got unsweetened almond milk in here, okay? Anyway, for you, hashtag Cutting Up Crew, thanks for following. Sad people don't get together like that anymore. It is sad, Lisa, just to be on the front porch and shooting the breeze, you know. It was nice, and my Aunt Cathy and Uncle Don live about 35 minutes from here, but their porch is a nice sitting porch, and it's real shady, so it was nice, and I love visiting with them. Oh yeah, kids don't have patience, especially when they are young, and honey, Ashley, I never did have patience, and I'm sure my mother, I can remember my mother saying, "I'm going to change my name," or "I'm going to run away." And when I had my own kids, I realized the frustration and what she was saying, because there was 4 of us, and then I have a half brother, and he lived with us too for some time. And everybody's trying to get your attention because you're the only mother in the house. And I bet I drove her absolutely bananas because I wanted full attention. I wanted her to look at me while I was talking and acknowledge that she was listening and all that. Yeah. Even though my mom passed away in 2012, Sundays are so hard. I understand that, Ramona. I truly do. traditions change, and it kind of sucks. But I love to reminisce with my aunts and uncles and my dad, and about that side of the family, because there's some hilarious stories that came out of it, especially when Granny got real aggravated with my grandfather and would grab a cast iron skillet and threaten him with it. I don't know that she ever hit him with it, but I know she threatened him with it. I've heard the story. But anyway, that's that. Cooking, cutting up, keeping it real. I hope y'all have a wonderful afternoon, and be looking for that Sloppy Joe, steak and cheese Sloppy Joe recipe. It's a really good one. It's out of Mama's Always Right cookbook. So it was one of those that I sent with my son to college because it's simple, but very good. Anyway, I will see y'all later. Thanks for following along. Cooking, cutting up, keeping it real. Have a wonderful afternoon. Get yourself a cold coffee. I'm going to be talking and run on sentences while we eat too, probably. Because I'm going to be jacked up after this cold coffee. Oh, well, I might have to do that mama at the Waffle House. Anyway, y'all take care. We'll see you soon. Bye.